What's up, everyone? I would love to share with you a trade today that I made on my journey to 100K, where I try to take $1,000 to $100,000 as fast as possible via day trading. Let's get right into it. Yesterday was about to be a no trade day. I went through the morning pre-market. There wasn't really anything that piqued my interest. I decided that I was not going to trade. I kind of checked in throughout the day after the bell rung, and it's still just nothing really grabbed me. And I decided that it was probably going to be a no trade day, which is really unfortunate, but totally okay. And I had an opportunity to log in after the market closed, so 1 o'clock my time. And right as I did, some news broke out for a penny stock, which, if you've been following along, I'm not great at penny stocks, but we took our time. We watched this one over the course of a few minutes and then decided to get in. So let's share that with you now. So this was actually yesterday's trade, and then I have one, or 2 days ago, and then I have one to share from you. No, that was yesterday, and then I have one to share with you from this morning as well. So this stock, ECDA, hit my scanners. This scanner right up here. It was actually my DTS pre-market scanner. Let me show you guys real quick how this specific scanner functions and how this stock came across my watch list here. So if you're in Thinkorswim, you just go to the scan icon here, and you can create these awesome custom scans. So this one searches for, in pre-market or the aftermarket, it searches for stocks that are between 25 cents and $20, have a minimum volume of 50,000 shares, and then are up at least 10% after hours. So once it hit that criteria, it hit the scanner, and then I saw that there was some news associated with it as well. And so I was paying attention to the stock to see what it would do. Now, the issue with penny stocks is that it's hard to use my pullback strategy where I'm waiting for a little dip on a 1 minute candle, and then the next 1 minute candle rises above that, because the penny stocks don't move that much within minute to minute. And so as I was watching this stock, as you can see here, it rose up pretty quickly, but I was just having a hard time getting in. I mean, you can see these opportunities that I really felt like I was missing. It rose up here, it pulled back right down here, and then technically this would have been a decent entry point for me, but I just wasn't feeling confident yet. And then we had another pullback right here. And then once this candle rose above, I could enter, and I would have made money there as well. And so there was multiple times here where it was rising up, pulling back, rising up, pulling back, rising up, pulling back. So then I'm like, okay, we have a trend here. I've identified a trend. Let's see if we can snipe a little something. So I switched over to WeBull, which is my account where I will look at 10-second charts, and I'll pull it up for you guys. I put it in a block here to make it a little bit easier. So this is the block that we are, that's good to know that WeBull uses that for, okay, we won't be able to use, see if I can do it over here. Yeah. So you can see these is what I'm talking about. This is a 10-second chart, and it comes up and comes down. Comes up, comes down. It does this multiple times on my 10-second chart. Each one of these candles is 10 seconds. So I waited. This came up right here. I waited for a little bit of a pullback, and as soon as I saw this pullback, I entered in. And within that same candle, got out rather quickly. So we entered in 67 cents. It was like 113, and I don't know what time it was, like 113, and we were out of there in under 30 seconds for a profit of $20. That was the first trade. Not the most glamorous trade in the world, not something I'm super strong at, but I was very happy on a day that I thought I was not going to be able to trade to be able to get in there and just snipe $20. I think it was $19. But man, penny stocks can be absolutely vicious. So let's talk a little bit about this morning. This morning, there was actually a lot of opportunities, and there's opportunities still happening right now. It's 9:30 in the morning, West Coast time. Plenty of stocks. I had my eyes on a couple of stocks and decided to trade one that was actually a little bit higher price than what I wanted on this challenge account. And because of that, couldn't quite make as much money as I wanted, but we are green on the day, which is great. So let's pull up that stock. That is ACON. I want to show you guys how this one showed up on my scanner. And this one I was using a scanner at Warrior Trading. Pull that up real quick. And this is going to be a lot, but we're going to give it a whirl here. So at 7, this came up on the scanner earlier in the day, so I had my eyes on. I actually traded it on my bigger account for a decent profit, which was nice. And so I had already had my eyes on it from about 4 a.m. on. But about 7:30 or so, it pops up on this scanner right here, which is a high day momentum scanner for small caps, which are stocks that are under a certain amount of shares. And then on Ross's 5 pillar alerts right here, it showed up as well in that same time frame. So these Ross's 5 pillars, which is what I'm trying to use to build this account, he uses has to have breaking news. It's got to be between, I believe, $2 and $20. That's why penny stocks feel a little weird to me. It's got to have high relative volume, so greater volume today than it's had on its average previously. And it has to have, low float. So it has to have less than 20 million shares. And float is actually the supply, and all the rest of the things I just discussed are the demand. So as long as it has low float and it's some kind of top gainer, it has to be over 20% as well. So that's all the criteria. And as long as it's moving up, it has a lot of volume, and it's got a low supply, and with that high demand, we're looking to go in. So it also showed up here on this is called a running up scanner, and it showed up right in this time frame right here, and that's just alerting us that this thing's moving up rather quickly. So all these three things combined had my eyes, on this stock. And here is the trade. As you can see, I was marking it up earlier right in this zone right here. Ooh, let me get this real quick. 1 second. Where are you? There you are. Great. And yeah, it rose up, dipped. Same thing as the penny stock. Dipped, rose up, dipped. And so I had my eyes on it. I traded it somewhere in here in my bigger account. And then in the smaller account, when I switched over, I was really waiting for it to make a new high of above $9. So it had a previous high of about $8.98, which was right in this zone right here. And I actually saw this. This is where I was getting those alerts. And it dipped back down, and then it went above the $9, and I entered in right here. So this would be a pullback. I mean, it came up, it came down, and then this candle right here started above this candle, so technically a pullback. And I got in at $9. It shot up to, I think it was, $9.36 actually. And I tried to get out at $9.36. Excuse me. But I tried to get out on the ask. And as we've discussed before, sometimes when you try to sell on the ask, it's very difficult if the stock is moving aggressively up and down. I went to sell on the ask. The stock dipped a little bit. I was unable to do that. I canceled. I sold on the bid for a little bit less profit. But needless to say, it's a profit of $19.50 on the small account challenge. And I was very happy to be green on both my accounts this morning. I want to show you guys WeBull real fast because I've been thinking about moving to WeBull permanently. We'll see, because Thinkorswim has been denying some of the trades on some of these small caps. So you do all this research, the stock will rise, you'll get all your alerts, you get in, and you find out that you can't make the trade, and it's too late. Which has been really unfortunate. And one of the things I like about WeBull is, first, they don't have those restrictions, and second, it shows you you get a better look at the graph as far as like how I'm doing each day, right? So right in here, you can see, just visually see my green and red days within WeBull without having to throw up the data grid, which we'll show here in a second, that recaps all of the earnings so far. And then another thing that's another benefit to WeBull is that it's where is my stock? Right here, starter stock. It also allows you to have these. WeBull is using the same macro to switch the screens that I'm trying to use my pin, and so we'll have to figure that out. But it also has these buy it and sell buttons right here that you can use in macros, and so I can buy a certain percentage, and I'll show that to you guys here. I can set this up to where I can fix this quantity to be a percentage or a dollar amount, so I can buy with all my buying power without having to enter in a number. Or I can just put in a number and just have it buy up to that amount, which is kind of nice. And then you can set offsets as well. So I can say I'm going to buy on the ask plus 10 cents, or I'm going to sell on the bid minus 10 cents, which makes it so that way I don't have any, I can get all my fills, which is fabulous. And in Thinkorswim, you really can't do that, unfortunately, which isn't very awesome. But needless to say, here is the where we're at, the status of this challenge, this $1,000 to $100,000 challenge. We are currently sitting at $1,361, so up $361. We've got a win rate of 75%. And I'm very happy to see we've come up a little bit from that initial drawdown that we had, kind of that max loss day that we had earlier in the month. Thank you for being here. This is not advice. I think I'm supposed to say that. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.